Hello, hello, hello. I'm Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the Soul Reader, and welcome. I am so happy that you all are here. I believe I saw Really Charlie, and did I see Stacy there? Who else do we have, Jill? Because I'm not seeing everything.
You have Frankie J.
Hey, Frankie J, the man.
And you have My Unique.
My Unique. Oh, hi, My Unique. We haven't seen you in a
And you
while.
have
I'm happy you're here.
and you have Lori.
Lori. Oh, Lori. Great. I'm happy you're here too. Ooh, yeah, tonight we're going to talk about Ghost. Isn't that cool or isn't that scary? Ghost, ghost, ghost. So, again, welcome. If you haven't been here before, I am a psychic natural born empath. So I do my readings by feeling your emotions. Actually, I tap into your soul, who you truly are. And that's how I'm able to connect to you. I can also connect to your loved ones that are on the others, the loved. I've been saying loved ones my whole life. And just before the show, Jill told me it's loved ones. So I stand corrected, you know. But I'm old. People start saying stuff incorrectly from when they're children, and then we just continue. We just continue doing it. Um, so yes, I am empath more than anything else. That's how I connect and communicate. So when I connect to someone on the other side, I am connecting to their emotions, and I have to translate that into words. So I go by what I am feeling. So that's how I do that. So and well, that's how I do that. Also, my readings are done just like we're talking now, and we're just sitting on the couch having conversations, and that's when I can tap into you, and then I can do a reading for you. So, tonight, topic is, our topic is, our topic is, drum roll, is your loved one a ghost? That is a good question. Look, I hit my phone. That is a good question. Is your loved one a ghost? Now, during this segment, anyone that has a comment or a question, because uh, I welcome you to come in and raise your hand to talk about this along. If you want to talk about a ghost, or a ghost. So I will start with the question: is your loved one a ghost? Many people have that question. So the deal is your loved one a ghost? That's someone that has passed on that just hangs around. They might hang around your house and and do stuff. Always messing around in your house, knocking stuff over, shaking your bed, doing all types of weird little stuff. Um, then, if your loved one is a spirit, they're not here anymore. So they're not on this planet anymore. They have gone to the other realm. So your loved one that becomes a ghost is usually because they had some unfinished business, or they couldn't let go of the worldly attachments that they have. They might have some unfinished business that they believe they have to finish, and it prevents them from crossing over when they pass away. Now, sometimes they come back as just a residual, and they will just do the same thing every day, every night, just repeating the same thing. If they love to cook, um, you may see them in the kitchen, or they may mess around in the kitchen and mess with your pots and your cabinets and stuff like that. Stuff that was important to them while they were here. Uh, Now, you can also get your loved one that has passed over, and they can do things also. But when they do things, it's never malicious. And sometimes ghost will do malicious type things just to aggravate you, especially if they're not one of your loved ones. They could be someone that lived in a house in the same house you live in um, years ago, hundreds of years ago, maybe the same property. So uh, they're completely different than one of your loved ones that's a spirit and crossed over. Um, I try not to entertain ghosts. So I tend not to go looking for ghosts. Although I have been on a ghost tour before, but I tend not to go looking for ghosts because of my gifts. So ghosts and spirits see me like a light, and they're attracted to me. So I don't go looking for uh, ghost. Um, I don't want to go too deep into this unless you have a specific question about ghosts. So if anyone has a specific question about a ghost, this would be the time to ask. And otherwise, I will go into readings if anyone wants a reading tonight. And I don't know if anyone does. Jill, did we have anyone that wanted a psychic reading tonight?
No one has said that. And you know everyone here.
I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Kathleen has joined the show as well.
I don't know Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. I know Kathleen. Oh, hi, Kathleen. Welcome, 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 welcome. Again, if you do want anyone there, that and Jill says I know everyone in the audience tonight.
And Frankie J did make a comment about a ghost
Okay.
as you were starting. He wrote, I saw a full evolution ghost when I was a kid, and people still don't believe me.
That don't believe you. Oh, wow. That is something. And with ghosts, that is the thing, because society doesn't want to give any weight to paranormal type of things, that it's always fake. Um, that's why even me, if something happens that's paranormal, I always try to look for the logical explanation first. The first thing I say is, "Oh, I'm not going to say is, oh, that's a ghost. That's a ghost." No, 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 no. I'm not going to say that first. I'm going to try to figure out what caused whatever it is that happened. Did a door slam? Did what did happen? However, being that no one wants a reading, and that's okay. That's no problem. We'll just have a short show tonight. Um, but I lived in a house for a little while. I live in Georgia, but I moved to Memphis, Tennessee for a little while. And I was renting this really big house, and it sat on 12 acres. And oddly, it was in town, but it sat on 12 acres, and it had like a 6-car garage, built-in swimming pool. Um, I think it was either 4 or 5 bedrooms, but it wasn't fancy. It wasn't a fancy house.
It wasn't Graceland?
It was not Graceland, but it was probably about 3 miles away from Graceland. Um, so that house, the the man that built it had passed away, and he built it himself. He got all the materials and hired the crew. He, worked on it himself, and he and his wife lived there, and also they had a business that they ran out of that property, and that's why it had a six-car garage because they stored their vehicles there for the business. And actually it was bigger than a six-car garage because you could put uh, two vehicles in each stall, so you could put 12 vehicles in there. So I lived there probably for a year, maybe a year and a half. But the first night that I moved in, and I was with someone else at the time, not Jill. This is pre-Jill. This is before I met Jill, and we had brought all the furniture in and set up an office also in the house, and it was probably about 9 o'clock at night, and I was in the office, which was on the second floor, and there were one, two, three. There were four other bedrooms up there, and kind of a long, wide hall, and then the other bedrooms were there. So the office was actually a bedroom, but we turned it into an office. And I was sitting at the desk and I was doing some work. And then all of a sudden, all the doors on all the other bedrooms slammed shut. Blam, 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 blam. And I'm like, that's odd. But the door on the office I was in, I was looking right at the door. It didn't close. So I got up, looked down the hall, and every door was open. Every door was wide open. So I went and asked the woman I was with at the time. I said, "Did you just slam all of these doors?" She says, "No, I thought you did it." No, I didn't do it. So I'm like, "Oh man, there's something going on in this house. Something going on in this house." Now, also in this house, I found in one of the bathrooms on the second floor, there was a mirror, just, like any other mirror. A mirror that's over the sink. But it looked like it was a mirror that was just hanging on a wall. It didn't look like a medicine cabinet. And I was in there working on something else in there. And then I was like, oh, that is a odd mirror. And I kept fiddling with the mirror and it opened. And there was a secret passage behind the mirror. So you would climb up on the sink and open the mirror, and there was a secret passage that you could walk through, go in and walk through in between the walls in different parts of the house on the second floor. And I'm thinking, that's really odd. But, what the heck? The guy built the house himself. Who knows why he had a hiding compartment in the house. So, but things kept happening. So I was out. Now this 6-car garage was not attached to the house, but it was probably, I don't know, 18 feet from the house. And even that building had a couple of rooms on it. I think just two rooms there. And I was in one of the rooms, and I think I was putting a refrigerator in this room. And I put the refrigerator in the room, and a voice says, Anthony, like they were standing right behind me. So I'm like, there's nobody else that could be that close to me saying my name. It must be the woman I'm with. I turn around, there's nobody there, right? So I say, that's just my imagination. It's just my imagination. And I continue with what I'm doing. And about 30 seconds later, same thing. Anthony. And this time the voice was a little deeper. So I know it couldn't have been her. And I turn around. But still, it was so clear and so close to me that I'm thinking she's playing tricks on me, the woman I'm with. But she's not there. I go back to what I'm doing again. Same thing again. Anthony. I'm like, you know what? I had enough of this. I got to figure out how this woman that I'm with is playing these tricks on me. So I go in the house, and she's like way down at the other end of the house. And I said, "Were you just outside calling me?" She's like, "No." I've been in here doing this the whole time. I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So by that time, I knew. Yes, Jill.
You can finish the story, but I have things to tell you.
Okay, okay. So so I am by this time I'm like, yeah, there's a ghost here. Um and I just assumed it was the man that built the house. Uh it really didn't do anything to hurt me. But then there was another time I was sick, and I was homesick, and I was really sick. So I was in the bed probably for nearly a month, okay, trying to get better. And I'm laying in the bed on the second floor, and I hear and feel boom. What the hell is that? It kind of was like a sonic boom, but the house shook also. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I get up, and there was a balcony. I was in the master bedroom, and there was a balcony. We had a small balcony there. So I get out on the balcony and thinking, oh, it must have been thunder, right? Not a step out on the balcony, not a cloud in the sky. So I'm thinking, uh, it must be, I'm still trying to explain it. Maybe it was a plane, maybe it was a sonic boom, maybe it was this. And I'm still trying to explain it away. And I go back in, and I'm there, and I'm laying in the bed, and probably about 30 minutes later, it happened again. But this time it was boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm thinking, well, maybe there's something in the attic. Maybe the rafters are breaking or something. Maybe, I'm trying to explain it away. And so I go to the attic. go to the attic, and I'm creeping up these stairs, and it's a attic that you can actually, it had drop down stairs out of the ceiling, so I just dropped the stairs down, and I went up into the attic, and everything was intact. No damage, no nothing anywhere. I used to be an architectural draftsman, so I know what to look for to see whether something has broken or moved or so on and so forth. But nothing, nothing. So now I'm like, oh, for sure, that house is haunted. But this is the first time uh, there was something that physical that actually shook the house. I could hear it and feel it. So I'm thinking the guy's getting tired of tired of us living there. And we were the only other people that ever lived in that house other than him and his family. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to get out of here soon. But me, I'm like, I explain things away. Still, I'm like, oh, well, it's a ghost, so what? When I go, I'll go. Um, so probably maybe 2 weeks later, the woman I was with at the time calls me up. I was out on the road, and she calls me up, and she's screaming. And we had one of those poster type beds that had the tall posters on on uh on each corner, and she's screaming, oh my god, help me, help me, help me. There's snakes there's snakes crawling up and down the posters of the bed. And she said she saw the snakes for probably 10 or 15 minutes, and then poof, they were gone. I'm like, well, it's a haunted house, all right. Um, so those are some of the things that happen. But that's not quite the end of the story, because eventually I did move out of that house, and I moved back to Georgia, and I moved into the house I'm living in now. And I get a call because someone else rented the house after us. And he's asking, "Hey, did you ever have strange stuff happening in that house?" I'm like, "Yeah, that house is haunted." He's like, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "What's been happening?" And he said the same type of things. He said the weird banging in the attic, somebody calling his name, all of these little weird stuff, all the weird sounds that he was talking about. I'm like, "Yeah, that house is haunted." And when I told him that, he didn't he didn't doubt it. He was more like, "Well, guess I gotta move." So that was the end of that. So Jill, you had some comments or questions?
I have several things to tell you.
Oh, cool.
First of all, Really Charlie wrote that he had a guest on his podcast, the Really Charlie podcast, who is the author of Where Shadows Gather. And it's all about crazy ghost tales out of her house. And he's suggesting maybe you could have her as a guest on your
Ah,
show.
cool. That's a good idea.
And
That's a good
then
idea. I'll get with you on that,
And I
Charlie.
misspoke when I said that you had talked to everyone in this audience
Hmm.
before. You have not. You haven't spoken to, or you haven't done a reading for Lori, or Claire has also joined the show. I don't
Okay.
think we've had them on our show before. And also, speaking of people who have joined the audience, you have Giselle, Billy Dees, and Ron.
Hi, Giselle, Billy D's, and Ron. Love your music, Ron. I usually don't get in your show live, but I check out the replay when I can. And I think Ron put up something. Is Ron on the stage?
Yes, he is.
Hey, Ron, how
Hello,
you
Anthony.
doing?
Doing fantastic, sir.
I am
Hello to
glad to
you
hear
and
that.
Jill. I appreciate the warm welcome. And did you say something about doing a reading?
Yes, yes, I can do a free
I would love
reading
it.
for you.
Ron,
But
are you able to come to video? Can I send you a request to come to
I'm
video?
sorry, I can't come. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Can't do video. Do you have to have me on video to do the reading?
yeah, it's a lot easier,
Oh.
but I have seen you on video many times,
Yes.
so I may be able to do it uh, pretty easily without the
Thank you, sir.
video. So I'm kind of familiar with you already. Um, so usually when I do this, I just talk to you a little
Mhm.
bit and then I connect to you. Um,
Right.
but with you, I've seen you many times. So I guess
Yes,
I'll
sir.
just start with your kindness. And people can say, "Oh, it's easy to say a person's kind," and they will definitely say, "Oh yeah, that's me." But your kindness is different. It's a real connection to people. And you are, and let me change something here. You you're a person that understands um the real connection people should have with each other. You also feel people like me.
Yes.
Um, yes, you can also feel people and their emotions. Yeah, you definitely an empath.
Mhm.
Um, so you with you having the connection and able to feel people, and you understand how important love is and our connection to each other with love and how important that is, and that and this is something in past say because and I'm sure you feel the same way, but we feel like we can change the world, right? Like we could
Yes.
save everybody, we can change the world,
Right.
because the deal is we know 100% for sure the connection, the love connection, the and when I say
Mhm.
love connection, I'm not just talking about
Right.
romantic connection. I'm
Mhm.
talking about the connection to human
Sure.
beings that we all have. So that is, basically the person you are. So I'm just telling you all of this so you know that I do feel you and who you are.
That's
So
wonderful. Thank you.
now I get into, for you, what question or what is your biggest concern right now in your life? What concerns you now, and is that something you want me to talk to you about?
Mm. Uh, what if I say something? I think the biggest concern would be something medical, actually, but not life-threatening, not painful, but it's something that has diminished my quality of life.
Okay. Um Now we all know, and I say this every time when someone is concerned about medical things, that I am not a doctor.
Right, right.
I am not a doctor, and I am not 100%. Okay, so some things I know more things than others,
Would it help
but
if I choose something else?
No, let's
Okay,
stay on
sure.
that. Let's stay on that for now. I'm trying to tap in. I don't consider myself a physical empath
Hmm.
where I feel pain. However, it's like I'm feeling something in your gut. Is is
Um,
that something?
no, not no, it's not gut, but it's yeah. I guess I don't want to if it gets too specific. I don't want that, so I'd rather not maybe not talk about it. But it's just something that, like I said, it's not painful. It's not. I'm not in pain. It's not a disease. It's not anything life threatening. But it's something that's it's on. It just can't help but to be a weight on me, and people that just don't have. They have no clue what I would go through every day. Just just what it how I don't know. But it's just very. It, like I said, it just diminished quality of life definitely.
Okay. Uh, I still am feeling something around your gut.
Right. You're.
So
Mhm.
and maybe um maybe
Right.
uh, I, don't- I,
Oh, this could be something though that I don't that hasn't been detected yet. Is
yes,
that possible?
yes.
Oh
I'm
boy.
feeling like your gut and a little lower.
Hmm.
I'm feeling something there, but let me move away from that for a
Sure.
moment. And just to let you know, I also have a safe word here. It's just stop.
Okay.
So if I start touching on something,
Sure. Sure.
just say stop.
Okay.
So I'm trying to move on to something else, but I feel like it's something you may not want me to talk about.
Stop. Yeah. Stop. Yeah.
uh,
That's what I was saying. It was like I didn't know if you were going to get too. It was your if you get specific. So if you got specific, I'd rather not do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's it's difficult with you because actually you've got several things in your life because of who you are,
Hmm.
because of what you are,
Hmm.
that brings other stuff in.
Okay.
Okay. And when I say other stuff, I'm talking about negative stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm not saying you are negative.
Right.
You are crazy positive,
Mhm.
but
It's true.
there's negative things coming towards you.
Okay.
Does that make any sense to you?
It does. It does make sense.
Okay. Um, I don't know how severe
Hmm.
it is. Um, but there's always, I say always, it may not be every day, but it's often.
Okay.
Um, whether it comes through dreams, it it may come through dreams, but I keep feeling this gut,
Yes.
like actually right like below your belly button.
Right. I do have I have a small hernia there though.
Okay.
It's never been suggested to have any kind of surgery because it's so small. It's not gotten bigger.
Well, I don't think it's a hernia. It's something else.
Okay.
Because I kind of feel it spreading lower.
Okay.
Just pay attention to that area.
Yes, I will.
I feel like I need to ask you about something else. I need to ask you about another concern that you might not think is a big deal.
Okay.
It's like, it's a concern, but I can handle that. That's
Right.
no big deal. This other thing I'm going, oh, sorry, yeah, ringing
Right.
bells. You're feeling like, oh, this other thing I'm going through is way worse than this
Right.
other thing is like
Right.
lower down on your priority list.
Right.
So let's say if the thing I'm not bringing up is number one, this thing is like 3 or 4
Sure.
down your list. So do you have something like that you're concerned about?
Yeah. Sure. Hmm.
Okay, can you let me know what that is?
I can't do that. I'm
If you
sorry.
can't, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I can't.
Jill is writing me long notes.
Does she have the gift too?
Okay. Well, somewhat.
Okay.
But she is wants me to go back to. She wanted me to, and I think I've said this in this show before.
Hmm.
You know how I said that there are never negative things
Yes.
that are coming towards you, or
Right.
they're around you a lot. Um, so Jill's question was, is it because of your light? And yes,
Yes.
it
Yes.
is
It's
because
always.
of your light.
Hmm.
Um, and your music is your outlet.
Yes.
But this is going to sound crazy to you,
Hmm.
or it may sound crazy to the rest of the audience. Like I said, I've listened to your show where you play and your lyrics. Um, that's some of what's bringing them around.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so the deal is we need to learn uh, how to protect yourself.
Right.
I'm sure you have some idea on how to do that already.
Hmm.
Um, but you need to be more aggressive.
Okay.
So you need to do what you do to protect you. And if you're not doing anything right now, please tell me. But I feel that you are.
Um, yeah. I mean, I pray. But see, the thing is, Anthony, is I've given up the idea that there's negative forces against God in any way. That's the thing. I mean, I go back and forth, but what I've been
Okay.
around recently in the last year or so, they preach a more, that nothing can be against God, and it's like I want to go that direction. I've always had the fear though of something else, but
Oh, okay. Okay. And God, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit is the ultimate. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you have faith in God, and especially if you're a person with gifts, you would think, okay, I'm protected. Okay.
Right.
However, we have a lot of people on the other side that protect us.
Yes.
Okay. And people with gifts, something special, tend to need more protection. Everything comes from God. So let's say if God sends an angel to you,
Mhm.
you don't say, oh, angel, I don't need your help because God's got me.
Mm,
The angel is sent from God. Everything is of God.
right.
So you backing off of other protections you did
Right.
is making things worse.
Okay. Okay.
We have to protect ourselves more than anyone else.
Okay.
We can't just say, I'm going to give it to God. And I do. I give stuff to the Lord all the time.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it actually, every time before they do this show, I do meditation before this show.
Mm.
And in my meditation, I am asking for protection from God. I want God's protection. I want my spirit guides protection. I
Yeah.
want my ancestors protections. I want every protection I can get. I want all of these people, and I call them people, but let's say all of these spirits.
Hmm.
I want all of these spirits protecting me, surrounding me,
Yes.
including the Lord.
Right.
Because, about a year ago, things were bad for me as far as negative things coming at me.
Right.
So we have to protect ourselves more. And
Okay.
especially you with your music and your lyrics. Um, when you write, when you write lyrics, when you create music out of thin air, it's a big deal. Okay. Everybody can't do that. And your music touches people and connects you to people in a way that other people don't connect to other people.
Right.
So it's a big deal. So the more positive things you do,
Hmm.
the more negative things are going to come towards you.
I see.
So I am not even talking about, you know, God and Satan.
Hmm.
I'm talking about good and bad. I'm talking
Right.
about positive and negative. Okay.
Hmm.
I try to simplify everything.
Right.
So the more positive a person is, especially a person with gifts,
Mm.
the more positive you are, the more things that you are do that are positive and help people feel better and
Yeah.
help people grow. Okay, that's what you do with your music.
Right. Right.
The more these negative things are going to come towards you. especially that you backed off with protection. You know, you- these things you have to protect yourself. You have to
Okay.
protect yourself before you sit down to write.
Okay.
You have to protect yourself before each show you do when you play your music,
Hmm.
um, because it can affect you in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Um, in a lot of ways, and these things don't have to be physical things.
Right.
They can be mental things.
Sure.
Okay. Um, so you really do have to do all the protection you can. And I'm not talking about just for people in the audience. I don't mean um that Ron should do something negative to protect himself from negative things. He can only do positive things to protect himself from negative things. So, like warding off evil spirits, or concocting some type of mixture to get someone away, or to put a spell on someone that you know is messing with you. That's not good. That's all
Right.
negative energy.
Hmm. That's right.
um if we're talking about uh Holy Spirit, God,
Hmm.
it's all about love.
That's right.
Love is a positive thing.
That's right.
All this other stuff is just negative stuff. Just
That's right.
negative pettiness,
That's
negative
right.
jealousy, negative. All of these things.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, there are things on the other side that can come for you. But then there's people right here in this on this planet, in your community,
Right.
that will do things to you
Hmm.
without your knowledge.
Oh boy.
So the more protection, and I'm not talking about get protection from some people have this idea that if you get protection from all these different places. Now, I did talk about different places, but it's all of love. But I'm not telling you to pray to the Holy Spirit and then pray to I don't know, the God of air.
Right.
Okay. Uh, Stick with God.
Yeah.
It's, stick with God, but
Gotcha.
stick with also the people and the entities, the spirits that are there to
Right.
protect you, because they were put
Yes.
there by God for
Yes.
you.
Okay.
And if
I
we
believe that.
ignore it, and see, these are some of the lessons that we have to learn, which is listen.
Right.
Okay. So you have gone in a different direction as far as how you worship.
Hmm.
However, we also need to learn how to listen. So when all of these other things keep coming back to your mind, coming back, coming back, coming back,
Hmm.
and you feel like, why does this keep coming up? Because it's supposed to come up.
Gotcha.
It's supposed to keep coming back because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
I have had um, other psychics. we're all human, and we get into a place of dilemma, and we just can't figure out which way to go, even though we may know which way to go because it's in our head all the time. We're hearing it all the time, what we're supposed to do, but we're not doing it for some reason. And that was me when I was making a difficult decision, just staying on that fence.
Mhm.
But this other psychic out of the blue said, hey, quit doing that. Right? Quit doing that. Get up and do what you're supposed to do. And now I didn't volunteer that information either. That
Right.
I don't know which way I should go. Um, so even though I had messages from the other side telling me, okay, that that didn't come from her,
Right.
I didn't hear it and do it until she told me.
Mhm.
She's one of God's creatures.
Right.
So that teaches us how to listen. Listen, I tell people all the time, um, most of the time things are very easy for me when I need to make a decision, even if it doesn't sound right to me, because I try to just do what I'm told.
Right.
Because if you do what you're told, you'll never go wrong.
Yeah.
The Lord will never like just steer you in the wrong direction.
That's right.
It's us that steer ourselves in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
So all we have to do is listen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Just listen. So the dilemma you're having and the different direction you're having, I'm sure after talking to me and meditation and pray about it, you'll do what you need to do.
That's
And
right.
I'm not saying to forget the direction you're going,
Mm-hmm.
but there's room for more, is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
You know, people, especially people that don't have gifts, can steer you in the wrong direction.
It's true.
But you feel it. I know you feel it, but you're
Mm-hmm.
letting the human connection get you.
Right. Right.
You're
That's
letting a
absolutely right.
human connection steer you,
Yes.
but you have the tools to go in the direction you know you're supposed to go.
That's, mm.
Yeah.
All right.
But Ron, you are a great guy.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that.
And you're doing great work here. You really are.
Yeah.
And don't take that lightly.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of us here um, that know what we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And our minds will stop us. Our analytical minds, especially me, I definitely have this problem. My analytical mind will say, yeah, but you're not going to make any money.
Right.
How am I going to live? right? But your spiritual mind is telling you, yeah, but this is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But then the analytical mind is, but I'm not making any money.
Right.
And then you go in the wrong direction.
Mm.
And we're only human because we do have to live. We do have to make money. We
Yes.
do have to pay our rent and our bills and all of that. So sometimes it's hard for us to do what we're supposed to do
That's right.
because we're only human.
Yep.
But things always seem to work out.
Work out.
You know,
Things are always working out.
I usually start the show by saying, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still here. All the crap that people and things might throw in my way, but I am still here. And I'm not changing for the worse. So I don't let the negative things and the negative that comes at me affect me. And I'm still here. And so are you, Ron.
That's right.
Because I am positive you have people say, why do you keep doing that?
Right.
You're not making any money.
absolutely.
Why do you keep doing it? And you don't have to explain to them why you keep doing it.
Exactly.
This is what you do.
That's right.
And it's good work. You know, here on Fireside, you know, there's all types of shows on Fireside. There's shows about money. There's shows about relationships. There's all types of shows. There's shows on pop culture. There's tons and tons of different types of shows. But then there's some of us on Fireside that have very specific shows. And we do these shows that go a lot deeper than different other shows, a whole lot deeper. I mean, just having this show, the topic, you know, the things we're talking about tonight, you know, this is deep stuff, and a lot of stuff that people don't understand.
Right.
And think, oh, you know, those are the woo woo people,
Right, I was about to say that.
and all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
That word. That
yeah,
phrase.
those way out, those woo woo people.
Mhm.
But this is why I did do the show the way I do it. I'm just hanging out, sitting on the couch. We're just having conversations. That's why I'm trying to take the mystical stuff out of it.
Right. Right.
You know, this is for everybody. We all have that ability. I think Jill told me. Jill, was there a comment or something? Okay, what? Do you mind, Ron?
No, I do want to say thank you to Lily. She said something very nice to me.
That's actually what I was getting ready to read to you,
Thank
Ron,
you.
but I guess you saw it.
appreciate
But I'll
that.
read it for everyone. Ron seems to have a deep personality and is highly sensitive and is a highly sensitive and caring person. Couldn't agree more with that.
I agree. And now is that Fireside Lily?
Yes.
Oh,
And
hey,
there are more
Lily.
comments
Okay.
from her. Lily also said when you were talking about battling negativity, don't battle it with negativity. She was saying so wise and true. And Lily also says maybe this might be a good time to share with you guys that I also have unique perceptive gifts. Others can sense this and try to dim the energy and spirit. Ooh, don't people try to dim the light.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And I can tell you about Lily. Lily, you know, when I do listen to your show, it's usually on a replay. However, Lily is one of the OGs here. She's been here before us. So she's like one of the original. And Lily does not deviate. Lily does what she does, and she doesn't worry about the rest. Okay. So kudos, Lily. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. Ron, did you have anything else? Because we're right at the
Yeah.
hour mark.
No, sir. I just want to say I appreciate this reading, and I got a lot from it. Got a new direction to go to, and I think it's going to help out a lot. I
Okay.
appreciate you, and appreciate you, Jill, for being so warm to me and allowing this space, this show. I think it's wonderful. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Ron. And soon I'm gonna try to be in one of your shows live.
Yes, sir.
Me
Okay.
too. We love you, Ron.
Well,
Thank you.
we are
Me
so
too.
crazy busy, it's insane.
Of
And
course.
same with Really Charlie. His show is every Sunday at noon, and at noon I'm always crazy busy on
Right.
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm guilty of not. Yeah, I'm guilty of it too. But yeah, absolutely, that'd be wonderful. And I appreciate you both. And y'all have a great night.
Okay, you too, you too, and
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you came up to the stage.
Yes, sir. Me
Yeah,
too.
thank you. What's happening, Jill?
We also have Stefan. Stefan's been here for a while.
Hey, Stefan. Stefan, a hard-working man.
And Lily says, thank you all. And mysticism is nice.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Oh, cool. So I think we got everything covered. Is that correct, Jill? So
We do.
unless we have something else, I'm gonna start getting out of the show. So again, I thank everyone that was in the audience. I'm always happy when you are here. It really makes me feel good because I'm an empath. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. So this is cool. Next week's show is going to be Are You Living? Well, of course you're living if you're listening to the show. But what I really mean is, are you living life? That's what I really mean. Or are you just existing? Just going day to day, day to day, day to day. Same thing, like a broken record. Same stuff. Nothing new. A lot of us live that way. So, stop it. Stop it. So, remember, I also do private readings. You can click on the fortune cookie and get all the information on me. But you will always be able to get a reading here on Tuesday. I'll be here. So, that is that. The song that's playing right now is called Feel Freedom by Sound Mix. And let's see, the music I play right before I do readings is The Path of Less Resistance by AG Music. And the music for my intro is Feel the Wave by Emilio Monroon. So that is that. Let's see, we got anything else? Am I forgetting anything, Jill? Nothing.
That we love everyone.
Okay. Well, you don't have to remind me of that. That was next. I really do love you all. I really am connected to all of you. I've physically seen it before. So love you guys. The music stopped playing. I am going to try to turn off video, which has happened. This is always